What's up, everyone? Welcome to the most real podcast you will ever listen to. This is Unpolished, told by KirkSlay, and I am Glamslay.
And this is Kirk, and we are back at it again with another podcast episode for you guys. Oh man, this one is a scorcher. Coming at you with part 2 of our relationship series. Today we are going to be talking commitment in relationships. Glamslay, what do you think about this one?
Oh, I'm sitting on the edge of my seat for this one, Kirk.
Oh man, I have a feeling, I'm gonna be talking for the fellas out there, but I have a feeling that I might get in trouble with this one. I might get in trouble with this one a little bit. So, but disclaimer, I am a staunch member of the FBMA. If y'all don't know, the Faithful Black Men's Association.
Oh my God.
So,
What?
Financial, paid, all of that.
You're wild.
So
I just can't.
I had to throw that in there because we're talking commitment. So, I don't want people out here thinking, maybe my perspective might say, oh, he's definitely not committed or whatever.
I just have a really big opinion about what we're about to talk about.
No, this is definitely a scorcher. We wanted to get into this one just really because we feel like this is a topic that is probably a topic that a lot of relationships, people in relationships are talking about.
Well, I also think this topic is another one that society plays a really big part in tainting everyone in the world about what should and shouldn't happen.
It's that Instagram,
Do it for the gram.
Facebook or Meta.
Oh my God. Are you plugging Facebook right now?
The metaverse, all that nonsense.
All right. So
I don't have a Facebook, so no plugs here
you're
for that.
smart. You're really smart for that.
I do wish I pulled my pictures off first though before I deleted the joint.
I mean, they live in the cloud somewhere now.
Nah, I don't think you could get them, especially as long as how long I deleted my Facebook.
Well, I don't know anything about the cloud. It just sounds interesting.
It sounded good.
I really don't know what's up there in the clouds.
Yeah. But let's jump right in here.
Hit me with it. What you got?
Oh man. So we're talking commitment. So honestly, I guess first and foremost we gotta talk about and ask this question. From your point of view, how is commitment defined, and what is commitment in a relationship?
I think if you asked me 20 years ago, I probably wouldn't have given you the same answer. But I think for me, it's a bond, right? It's bigger than what everybody thinks it is. I think it's loyalty, a bond, a ride or die. I think you have to think bigger picture. A commitment is
Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah, and 50 years from now, are you going to be the one by my side riding out until the end, right? I think there's a lot of people that don't understand when they're getting into a commitment. It is good and bad, ups and downs. When you get married, they say all that stuff, but do people really understand what they're getting themselves into? It's not just the glam for the gram. Oh.
Bars?
Yeah. Okay. Crickets. I hope someone's laughing out there because he certainly was not.
The glam. I wasn't ready for that one.
I wasn't ready for it. You didn't know it was coming. No, but for real, I think it's as someone who has a parent that is sick, and I think about that all the time. And I'm also an only child, and so I think about, there has to be someone by my side that is going to ride it out till the end, right? Because life happens. And so I think when people get into these commitments, and I'm sure we will dig into that, it's not just the glam for the gram. It's the everyday. It's the good, the bad, the ugly. Life happens. And so is that person somebody that you are going to like even when life is not sunshine and unicorns?
Oh yeah, definitely. I hear that for sure. I just think in relationships come with the commitment, right? So when you get into a relationship, you're stating that you are committed to that person. Otherwise, why are you in a relationship? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, people have crazy relationships all the time. Doesn't mean they're committed.
I mean, yeah,
you're either in or you're out, or you're half in and you're half out. And I mean, people don't take commitment seriously.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, but that's why be in a relationship then if you're not going to be committed. You know what I'm saying?
I agree, but people do it every day. You're acting like that doesn't happen.
No, I know it definitely does happen, but I just feel like if you're not going to be if you're not going to be committed to your relationship, why are you in your relationship? You know what I'm saying? You could just be single and flowing and, just be upfront with that person and be like, hey, listen, yeah, we're doing this. We might go out tonight, but I'm not committed to you. You're not committed to me. Like, it's a free flowing thing here. It's a revolving door, and this is what it is.
I agree, but I don't think everybody's upfront about that. I also think people like to play games.
True.
They think it's fun.
Yeah, they want to have their cake and eat it too.
Yeah, that's...
1 foot in, 1 foot out.
I think people need to learn how to be really honest with what they're looking for. And I also think people in commitments aren't upfront in the beginning, and that leads to a whole bunch of mess in the end because they weren't upfront with what they actually want in life.
Well, how do you think commitment is defined?
I told you, it's a bond. Like, it's loyalty.
But I mean, like, I mean, from a standpoint of like, are there actions that are being done? Like for example, like buying gifts or taking out to dinner or that kind of thing.
I can buy my own gifts and I can take myself out to dinner. So no, I don't think that is. I think it's more so, are you going to ride for that person? Yeah. Are you loyal? Are you going to say, we're going to go hurt some people whose car are we taking on the town type shit? Because that to me is a commitment. That to me is loyalty at its finest. And so
you real Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah, I'm not going to be with someone that's not going to ask me 800 questions about what we're about to do. And no, we ask questions later. Right. We're going to do it, and then we're going to talk about it after.
Right. I got you.
It's like not, commitments are not glam for the gram. Okay. No. That's my new tagline. Because I feel like that is what the world we are living in.
Hashtag glam for the gram. Glam for the gram. Hashtag. That's your new hashtag. Glam for the gram.
It's true. I mean, I think we're missing the point of what commitment is supposed to be. My grandparents, okay, God rest their souls, they were married forever. Like, we're talking 60 years of a bond, a commitment. That is wild. That doesn't happen anymore. That's not, they were in it for the good, the bad, the ugly. I mean, they were both very sick. They took care of one another. And one couldn't live without the other. And to me, that is a true love story. My grandmother passed very shortly after my grandfather. Yeah. And she didn't want to live without him. And I think that is such, I mean, it's so sad, but it's a beautiful love story. And I don't think commitment like that exists. And if it does, I'm not offending anyone, I hope. I'm sure I will, because I offend people on a daily basis. But that is rare. I don't think that if it exists, you have to hold on to that real tight, because it is rare. No,
I mean, well, I really hope that I mean, for when I think about things like that, that's what I've gotten into my relationship for. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I feel like that's just, I don't know. I was always taught that's what it's supposed to be. So.
Right, but do you notice something? Do you notice, like, my grandparents, your parents, my parents, it was very different back in their day. They didn't have Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. So do you find it odd that maybe that's why commitment was a lot different back then?
I mean, yes and no. Yes and no. I think nowadays, a lot of things are not probably, but they are out in the open, or I think commitment's different now, where people are measuring it by the pictures that they post, and are they going to this place and going to that place and putting it on Instagram and talking about it. And, that doesn't mean that your relationship is great, or or your relationship is committed. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because a picture was posted doesn't mean that person is committed to your relationship. Like, anyone can take a picture.
I agree. And they can take them down.
Yeah.
It's really,
it's really
like, easy.
I don't know. I just believe that there's other things that go into your relationship, and as long as you're doing those things and you're showing your love and proving your love, and it doesn't necessarily have to be out in the open. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm a very private person. I put out there what I want the world to see. You know, like
right,
it's not my whole story. It's not my whole entire life, right? It's part of my life. It's a real part of my life, but it's also not the entire thing.
Right, right. So do you think that relationships are, or commitment is defined by certain acts?
Oh, you want to get me going on this? You really want to set this fire?
I told you this is going to be a scorcher.
Let me tell you what I think about this, and I'm going to lay it down real and raw, and I'm sure people are going to be rolling their eyes at me. You totally can, babe. Rock on with it. But let me tell you something. Commitments, paper, marriages, that piece of paper can go away very easily. Legal documents can be undone. They can be torn up. They can be reversed. And you all can out there can say I'm bitter. No, I've had all that before. Like, it is not glam for the gram. Hashtag glam for the gram. It is not. It's
We're really making this a thing.
You can't. We hear about those people that have these weddings that are cost $300,000-$400,000. There's 500 people there. They don't know anybody.
I'm not trying to cut you off. My grandmother's she says it every single time. Listen, the bigger the wedding, the shorter the marriage.
Oh, big facts. That's big facts.
So,
and I'm telling you from a place that is so real and uncut and raw. It is you need, if you are going to commit to marriage, your marriage should be more beautiful than your wedding. And the reason that you're doing it, people are doing it for all the wrong reasons. And just because you are married does not mean that you are happy. Yeah, I encourage people to really stop and think about what you're getting yourself into. And are you doing it because society says that that's the right thing to do to show a commitment to somebody? Because it isn't always the way.
Well, let me ask you this. So my question was, is commitment defined by, certain acts, i.e. marriage and things like that? But
is it defined by kids? Is it defined by marriage? All these things that are put on a piece of paper.
Well, kids aren't on paper, though. Kids are real.
Yeah, my son has a birth certificate.
Oh, well, I mean,
that states that I'm his mom. I will be his mom forever. There's no changing that, right? But I also feel like moms, dads that aren't committed in a marriage when they have a child, that's frowned upon because society says that. And I am someone that happened to. I was not married when I had my son.
I mean,
and people
that happens,
whispered.
That happens all the time, though. My parents weren't married when they had me.
But society, this whole thing, frowns upon that.
Well, I think that's more so a religion thing, too.
No, it's not always. It's that baby mama, the baby daddy. Like, who the hell gives you any right?
But I mean, like, how there are some religions that are like, that's a major thing.
I mean, I'm very Catholic, and
so Catholicism that's definitely
it says
taboo.
It's wrong.
Yeah.
But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about society whispering that you're some kind of person because you weren't committed or married when you had a child.
I'm saying that also comes from people's religious beliefs.
Yeah, that's fine. I respect people's religion, but shit happens. Life happens.
Life happens all the time. I mean, listen, kids be born at a wedlock all the time. That doesn't make them any lesser than anybody else.
Nope.
I turned out just fine.
My son is just fine.
Yeah.
He's going to be all right. Like, there's no, I don't, but again, it's the whole commitment. You're supposed to be committed. What is making you committed? Just because you don't have a piece of paper that is signed, you're less committed than someone that does?
I remembered how I was going to put it. So, it's stated, I guess might be another society thing, but marriage is like the ultimate display of love, right? Or the highest level of commitment when it comes to a relationship. But does that make it any better, any lesser? If someone who's not,
I don't agree with any of this, and I feel like somebody out there in society started this whole belief that, okay, God wants you to be married. God wants to witness that. That's why people get married in a church. Okay, God sees everything. And so why doesn't God see a bond? He sees a piece of paper that two people signed. someone takes the other's last name. I know people that have been together 20, 30 years, never got married. They both wear rings. They've never signed a piece of paper. They have a home. They have credit cards. They have everything, but they're good. They don't feel the need to sign a piece of paper saying that they're bound by law to this other person.
Back in the day, marriage was to show like ownership. What do you?
It's just crazy. What do you I am not the one. Not today. Like I don't
like
believe
the guy,
in that.
Like the man owns that.
No, but I'm going to spin it for you. Here's where
mine.
I do believe this. In the world that we live in, unless you are married to someone on paper, you do not have any legal rights if God forbid something were to happen to that person. And I think that's another reason why a lot of people get married.
Well, yeah, it shows it's a legal bond, you know.
Correct. So if somebody is on life support, if somebody is injured and they need legal representation, what do you call it? Like the proxy?
There's still like, I mean, even, you know, joining of powerful families. Marriage is used to join powerful families.
Like House of Gucci.
I'm serious. What's her name wasn't a powerful family, though. She wasn't part of a powerful family.
No, but they had a business.
That was his business.
Right. It was her dad's business. But I think you're missing my point. I think people like that I feel for. Someone that's together 20, 30 years, but they're not legally married, and then their significant other, silly. Something happens,
I think that's
and
silly.
that one or the other has no legal say in something that were to happen.
I think that's very silly. But you know, I guess that person should be putting it in some kind of writing. I guess, you know.
Yeah, you can become a legal proxy.
Well, yeah.
That's a thing. You could get a lawyer and become a legal proxy. But I also think that there are families out there that, oh, that person's not going to have any say over my son or daughter or
that's dumb to me too.
Sibling or, you know, but people get like that. You say it's dumb. It happens every day.
I know. I'm just saying I don't agree with it. Like it's
disrespectful.
It just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, you know.
And two, you're telling somebody that's woken up every day to someone for 20 or 30 years, you're going to turn around and say that they have no right to make a decision for their significant other.
Yeah, I mean, if there was like some kind of dispute.
Yeah.
But what if that person was not doing right by them?
I mean, that's a whole other, we could go on a whole other pod about that.
Yeah. I mean, that could be worse where the family's like, hey, you're not doing right by that person, so you shouldn't make any decisions for them. Maybe you want them dead.
Oh, Jesus. So morbid.
I didn't mean
another Dateline episode.
I didn't mean to go to that extreme, but
Dateline film at 11. No, but on the flip side, what about you? What defines commitment?
I don't think that marriage necessarily defines the relationship or the level of love in a relationship. I don't believe that. I mean, my parents were they were together for I think almost 10 years before my brother was born. I think 6 or 7 years before I was born. You know, they didn't get married until my brother was born, or right before he was born. So, I mean, there's no. They're obviously they were committed. Like they were fine. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but there are so many people that are committed by law on paper in a wedding. Do you think that's going to stop someone from stepping out of their relationship? Because it really doesn't. Another thing that you see every day.
They would probably be doing it either way. You know, that happens all the time too. Why people get divorced because of stuff like that.
Paper is paper.
But everything comes to an end anyways. I mean, it's not like, you know what I'm saying? Nothing is forever.
Nope. Nothing. But I think society has painted this picture that you're not relevant unless you're committed.
I think the marriage thing is more so just for legal purposes, right? Like you can like you can be in love with somebody, love them to the moon and back, right? Be with them for 15 years. You know, no ring, no marriage, but you're perfectly fine. You got 2 kids. You guys have a house together. You guys have, with both your names on it. You got cars, both names on it. You could even have a business. Who knows? But you guys have been together for that long, and there's no marriage. Like, you guys are doing perfectly fine. What makes your relationship any lesser than the person that's been married for the same amount of time as you, at the same situation, but they just got a ring and they had a wedding.
No need to fix what isn't broken.
You know, nothing is any different than that. Same level of love. And I probably bet you those people that didn't get married are the ones that have the stronger bond.
1,000%.
You know, I feel like that. That actually would take more trust.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's the bond, right? It's a bond isn't bound by rings or weddings or a marriage or a legal document. Bonds are things that cannot be broken.
Right. Yeah.
That do last forever until you're gone.
Yeah. But I guess they say, you know, in some circles or religions and things like that, they might say that the marriage is a bond that can't be broken.
Sure. And all the power to them.
You get married because that bond can't be broken.
And how many of those people?
That's what you're vowing, right?
Yeah, but how many of these people that are so religious and they're saying they do it for the religious reasons and then they go get married on the beach? What are y'all doing? Because God can still see you, right? So you're not getting married in a church and you're on a beach in the sand because you did it for the gram. Glam for the gram. I mean, come on. Like, let's not get it twisted.
Are you saying they're hypocrites? Is what
yes.
You're saying?
I'm sorry. Like, I'm going to lay it out real because I have such a big opinion about this. And it isn't because I'm bitter. It's because I lived and learned the hard way. And so I could sit here in all honesty and tell you my honest opinion that half of this shit is bull. It's a joke. There is nothing that makes you more powerful or more committed because you have a ring or because you had a wedding or because you did it for the gram.
Well, then let me ask you this. So how do you feel about people that they're in love, right? They're in love. They've been with each other for, you know, who knows how long. It could be 6 months. Who knows? Whatever. And whether 6 months or 5 years or 10 years, right? And they just say, you know what? Let's go to Vegas. Let's get married.
I love those people. Show me those people. I want to meet them because I think that they are on to something. Don't tell anyone. Get on a plane. Don't tell anyone. Go get married in the Venetian or Bellage or somewhere amazing. And tell everybody when you get back.
The Elvis Chapel.
Hey, if that's what floats their boat, I'm with it. Like,
no, seriously though.
I am being so serious. I have so much respect for the people that do that because they are on some type time that they are not doing it for anyone else. They are doing it for themselves because it was a moment and they want to share it with each other. And I think that is so magical and it is so real and they will probably be together until the day that they die. For sure.
But what I'm saying is we're talking about commitment, right?
Yeah.
So I guess that would be the ultimate level of commitment, right?
Yeah.
Like that example.
Committing to not do it for anybody else other than yourselves because it felt right.
So, but are you saying that people that show that same commitment and they have a wedding and they have people arrive, let's say it's maybe only 30 people that come to their wedding, would their commitment be any lesser than that Vegas couple?
I don't know. I guess I'll play devil's advocate. I don't know. I just think these people that have extravagant weddings, I mean, who are they really doing it for? They want gifts.
Maybe they want gifts. Yeah, I was going to say maybe
the food usually sucks at a wedding. I mean, come on. People are out here going to McDonald's after they leave a wedding because it wasn't good.
Hey, I've actually heard stories of that. That's like a real thing.
Real life. I am much older than you. I've been to so many weddings, and let me tell you, like, it is such a waste of money when I think about how much money someone spends. They could go buy a house. They could go buy a Range Rover. Like, let's get serious. What do you really want? You want that one day? And I'm not going to discredit people that do it. It's fine. Guilty. Like, I get it. it's fine. But there is something to be said about those people that just get on a plane and they go somewhere and it's a destination and they don't tell anyone, or maybe they tell a few people, hey, meet us there if you want. I'm here for it all day.
So eloping would be the ultimate sign of commitment.
I mean, that's such a powerful statement. I don't know that it's the ultimate form of commitment.
Like that would be like, say that's like approving of like you're like a real.
It's
like
just showing that you're not doing it for any other reason other than you are madly in love with this person, and this is the time, and it was the moment, and it was right. Not because of society, not because you wanted it to glam for the gram, not because of anything other than it was a moment and a bond.
Nah, I hear you. I agree. I do agree.
I mean, but hey, listen, there are people out there that want to have a, how do you call it? Like the pony show? How do you say it?
Oh, the dog
and pony show? Go for it. Live it up.
Hundreds of $1,000s for a wedding.
What's the girl going to do with that dress when it's over?
Probably can't fit it in after a couple of years. Respectfully.
Like, I want a dress that I can wear again and laugh about it and be like, oh, I got married in this dress. And it still fits.
So how do you feel about engagement rings?
Oh, here we go.
Things like that.
This is such a loaded conversation.
While we're on the topic of marriage and commitment, like
what are you asking me?
So, does the size of the ring, or maybe we'll do the full talking about dog and pony shows. So let's do the full kit and caboodle here, right? So, does the size of the engagement ring, or the extravagance of the engagement proposal, define or demonstrate the level of commitment?
I don't think it should. I am a firm believer, and I am not the average girl. Like, I think this whole trend of maybe it's not a diamond, I think everybody's onto something. We talked about Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox. He gave her an emerald ring. First of all, that's my birthstone. I don't particularly like it, but I thought the meaning behind it. I don't know if you watch Sex and the City, but I'm sure there's a lot of listeners out there that do.
Oh, you're going to talk about the...
I'm going to talk about my spirit animal, Carrie Bradshaw, okay? Her and Big, they had the most ultimate love story, okay? Sex and the City follows her story of this relationship. It was a mess. Like, they were a shit show. Ups and downs and breakups and makeups and cheating and lies, and he was married and then cheated on his wife with Carrie. It was like she was engaged, broke off her engagement to be with Big. And at the tail end of it, he proposes to her with a pair of Manolo Blahniks. Like, I am here for that all day.
Well, you love shoes.
And it was the most romantic scene. But then fast forward to the movie, he buys her a black diamond. And when he gives it to her, he was basically saying, like, I never gave you a ring. And she was like, no, you gave me shoes. I'm good. And they had bands when they got married, but he felt the need to buy her.
That was her favorite pair of shoes.
It was her favorite pair of shoes. It was like, they're the classic blue Manolos. They are like, I'm shocked that I don't have them in my closet because it's like, I'm obsessed with that movie.
I remember I've seen the scene you're talking about.
Don't lie. Are you a closet Sex and the City watcher?
I mean, it used to be on HBO late night. So, yeah. But she put the shoes
in her closet that he built for her because he said, do we get you a ring? And she said, no, get me a really big closet. And her shoes ended up going in the closet that he built for her.
Yeah.
And then they got married at City Hall. She did not wear a dress. She wore a pantsuit that she bought like off the rack somewhere because she is a style icon. She made tutus relevant. I am here for that. And then he bought her a black diamond because he said she needed a ring. And so when she opened the box and she asked him why he gave her a black diamond, he said, because you're not like every girl. You needed something and that to me, I don't want to be like every girl. I don't want the ring that every single girl has, right? And so whether it's an emerald, a black diamond, a morganite, which I'm a big fan of because morganite, there's a whole meaning behind those rings. One of the girls from Vanderpump Rules got engaged and he bought her a morganite and she got a lot of shit on social media because it wasn't a diamond. And so I don't believe that the bigger your diamond, the clearer the stone, that you're not any more relevant because at any given moment, that girl can cheat, ring or not. That man could cheat, ring or not, and he just emptied his entire bank account for everybody else, for society.
I'm going to need that back. Word up.
I mean, I have a really big opinion about this because I think that these girls are out here, the ones that are putting ads out, I want a sugar daddy and I want a man to come and save me. Slay your own dragons, princess. Like, it is not about that. These girls have the wrong idea. So I think whether the man is in a situation that he can't afford a big ring or maybe he is smart and doesn't want to put himself in debt.
But chicks, they trash each other over
1000%.
over rings.
I see it every day. I see it every day. You know, it's these girls that are whispering that, oh, her diamond's smaller. Oh my God, did you see her ring?
So are you saying? So basically, you're saying that the size of the ring, nor the extravagance of the proposal, or nor the extravagance of the ring itself, that doesn't define the level of commitment.
Absolutely not.
It doesn't matter.
And I think the girls that say it does are the ones that have serious internal issues.
If you received a ring that was 1.5 carat center stone, simple white gold band, you would be satisfied with that.
I'm going to wear it because I would hope that whoever is with me knows that the meaning behind it means more to me. It doesn't even need to be a diamond. It does not. I think that we're living in a world that we're missing the point. We're missing the meaning behind what that piece of jewelry is saying to someone. There are a lot of girls I know that wear bands. They have diamond bands. There was no ring. It doesn't mean that you have less money. It doesn't mean... Listen, I could go on for days about these girls that stereotype others because of the ring that they're wearing or how it was done or these extravagant proposals that they want everybody to see in these moments, you know, like the celebrities have. I think there is something to be said about these intimate, meaningful proposals and rings that actually mean something.
So is a ring even necessary?
I don't know. Is it?
I'm asking you, as from a woman's point of view, is that even necessary? I mean, we're having the whole I'm just playing devil's advocate here. So we're having the whole commitment topic conversation, right? So
why does a guy buy a ring? You're a dude. Why? Because you feel like you have to?
I mean, I guess it's just the process, right? That's just...
Are you hearing what you're saying? It's the process because society is telling you that if you love your chick.
Listen, I love my chick. And I've told her this. I'd marry her tomorrow. Right? Said it 1 million times. Right? However, she feels, or at least it seems as though she feels that the ring means... that the ring means the commitment.
And the reason she probably feels that way is because society and the gram is telling her that.
Okay.
Because her friends, her siblings, or whatever, in her mind.
So who cares about all of that then? If we know
because bitches are crazy. And no offense to your chick. I know her and I love her. The regular girls are out here crazy because they're all in a competition with the other girl next to her and the one next to her and the one she works with and the one at the gym and the one at the salon.
Right.
It's how I feel about cars. Okay. Like, I am not normal. It's how I feel about if a chick has a better car than me.
Yeah. So are you telling me that
buy her a car.
So she should be happy with me? That's probably more than the ring.
Or
honestly.
buy her a pair of Manolos.
Yeah, but
blue ones.
But what's your the Carrie Bradshaw?
Carrie Bradshaw.
Yeah.
Or a black diamond.
They might as well just change it. That's taxing.
Or get her a black diamond and put it in the Manolos and hand her the box.
Yeah, okay, now we're getting a little crazy now.
I'm giving you all kinds of ideas.
But no, I'm serious though. So then that's what I'm saying. So like I've had the conversation with her and I'm saying things like, yeah, like, do I want to get you a ring? Yeah, I would love to. However, I know what her expectations are. I know what she likes. So,
but do you? Are you missing the real point?
Nah,
I think you might be.
But also for me, I'm also like, I don't want you walking around here with some raggedy ass shit either.
Okay, pause. Are you missing the point? I think that you're laying it on her when really it's internal.
I don't think that at all.
I do.
No,
I do.
Because she has said the same thing to me, talking about,
because you don't want someone to see her ring.
The ring means commitment. Okay, so if the ring means commitment, then yeah, I'm gonna get you the ring, but I'm also not gonna get you some bum ass shit where like you're walking around here looking like, because that makes me look crazy.
I think you both are missing the point. I think you both are tied up in society. It shouldn't matter.
It shouldn't. I'm totally content with calling it what it is, and we're committed to each other. And listen, I'll walk to City Hall tomorrow. Let's go to City Hall tomorrow. I'll tell her right now. I've told her before, we can go to City Hall tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And tie the knot.
I would love to know, and any guys that are out there listening, why have you proposed? Why have you bought a ring? Why do you feel this need to put this stigma around your relationship? So I want to know. Hit us up, unpolishedpod@yahoo.com. This is such a loaded topic that, like, I'm sweating because it boils my blood. Like, why can't everybody have a Carrie Bradshaw story? Why can't every girl have a pair of Manolos in her closet and a ring that wasn't a diamond? Like, why?
Her friends weren't trashing her.
No, because they knew who she was. She was a real bitch that didn't care if she had a better ring than Miranda or Charlotte. And let me just tell you, for all the Sex and the City love, Charlotte was the one that had the best ring in the whole group. It wasn't even Carrie. And Carrie had a love story, and her man's like dropped dead on a Peloton in the episode. So don't even get me started on
Spoiler alert.
I think everybody knows now because it was a whole controversy. But that was a love story. And I will tell you, anyone that knows me, I am a pretty hard chick to break. And I sat on my couch and I bawled my eyes out watching the new Sex and the City, like the whole story unfold when that happened with Peloton. Cried my eyes out, because to me that is a real one. They had the most real love story, and it wasn't anything backed by society. It was so messy, but it was theirs.
So just to clarify here, the size of the engagement ring does not demonstrate or define the level of commitment.
No, I think it matters how you give it. Is that moment something that?
Oh, so you need the extravagant proposal.
No, you didn't let me finish. I literally cannot stand him. You're missing. It's the moment. Are you just gonna just hand it and be like, "Yo, get me some cereal," and it falls out of the cereal?
So you need the extravagant proposal.
No, I'm saying I don't know, because I think that's a bunch of shit. I think it's the moment. How are you delivering it? I want to tell you a story. My dad proposed to my mom. Her ring was in the glove compartment of the car, and he asked her to open it. To me, that's like, I guess because I'm a car girl, I think it's super romantic.
Especially if they were having like a moment.
It was a moment. It wasn't extravagant. There was nothing crazy about that.
So then how do you feel about the people that, all right, I got an example for you. I got one for you. The beach proposal.
I can't.
They go out, you're on vacation.
I'm hanging up. This conversation's over. I'm over it.
And
you lost me.
You got champagne.
Nope, you lost me.
You're having a picnic.
I want tequila. You lost me. I'm done. Good night.
I want tequila.
Who said there has to be tequila? Who said there has to be champagne? Why does everybody have champagne?
It's a celebratory moment. You pop.
Okay, why? What about
when the NBA you win the championship? You pop. You throwing champagne all over the place. My way is just flowing like.
So you could do it for the gram.
So the extravagance of the proposal
I am
is
not
for the gram,
beach
is it not?
proposal girl. I'm not. It drives me bananas.
So you don't want the pictures? You don't want the nice pictures?
No, thank you. I have several photographers that I could hire to make pictures.
So what if it's like you know, y'all are just chilling and you know, they start talking about y'all start talking about I love you so much. I want to be in my life. And do you remember our first day? And tears just start flowing, and then out of the pocket, boom, knee, boom.
Yep, I'm here for it because that story's gonna end up on this pod. Because that is the one.
And then you got pictures flashing and shit.
Yep, I'm here for it. Sign me up.
All right.
I don't like the beach that much.
let me know when you got your mans. I'm gonna let him know exactly how to say it.
Shoes, a car.
If he's listening right now, your future mans.
Yep. I'm not your average girl. I am not gonna get over here and sugarcoat this because I feel some type of way. I don't want to be like everybody else.
I feel you.
I just don't, and
I think people should dare to be different. Honestly, you know, I think they should dare to be different. There's nothing wrong with that. Do whatever is right for you and yours. That's really what the most important thing I think is here. And I think that even ties into the whole commitment conversation. Is do what is good for you and yours. You know, like whatever you guys are doing to show your own commitment. You know, doing things you like to do together. You know.
It's can you wake up in the morning and picture your life without that person?
Yeah.
It's my grandmother died of a broken heart. I remember when the more sick she got, she kept telling us I don't want to live without him because she had no idea how to function. And not in a bad way.
Yeah.
I mean, they had a beautiful life, but it was she didn't want to wake up and not make him his coffee and not give him the paper and watch him sit on his chair, and they had this routine. And there's something to be said about routines like that mean something, and they are buried right next to each other.
I just started a new gig, and I've been having to go to my place of business.
Over the past couple of days. Office.
And well, it's not going to be always like that, but for the past couple of days, I've been having to do that, and just that change. I'm like, whoa. Like, I don't see my lady as often as I have, like, talking through text.
It's a lot
it's crazy.
To break routines. My son is like a creature of habit. That boy, if I do anything different in my day, or like if I don't put makeup on and it's a work day, he's like, Mom, what's happening? What, you don't have makeup on today? What's going on? What, are you not working? Are you not getting on a meet? Like, he's that kid. And I feel like I've made him that way.
That's good that he notices things like that, though.
Oh, this kid does not miss a beat. He calls me out on my shit all the time because he does not miss a thing. But I think these routines, like back to my grandmother, I want that person. I want till death do us part, not because a priest said it and because I signed a piece of paper, but because that person has no idea how to live without me, and I don't know how to live without them. I think that's the moral of the story. I would encourage guys, don't get engaged because you think that's what you're supposed to do.
Facts.
Don't go empty your bank account because a diamond is what society tells you is going to make your relationship relevant, because it's not.
Nah, facts. That's good advice.
You're welcome.
Go talk to Shorty for me.
I think she heard enough of me today. She's gonna throw darts at my pictures.
Sheesh. Somebody be like, "Hey, you heard what Glamslay said today?" She'd be like, "Yeah, me and Glamslay ain't friends no more."
Yeah, I think a lot of girls, not that they don't hate me already, I think they're gonna hate me after this one. You're welcome, fellas.
Hey, yeah, listen. Save me a couple G's.
Oh, wow. I'm going to get in so much trouble for this.
Oh, man. Nah. We don't just play around. Still want to make a good impression. I feel like, you know what, and I'm not trying to go off on a tangent because we're in like wrap up mode, but maybe the, you know, people are buying the extravagant rings and spending that kind of money to make sure that it's a yes.
Or to make up for something that they're lacking.
Oh, true. Wow. Tune in next time. Tune in next Tuesday when we drop the pod.
And don't forget, be afraid and do it anyway.
Make sure you hit that subscribe button, that follow button.
Follow us.
Oh, my gosh.
Hit us up on unpolishedpod@yahoo.com.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And as always, peace and love.